Yo, what's going on, guys? This is NYZMO and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Micron leaving, how expensive video games are getting nowadays. And it truly is sad, just because video games are a great hobby. I'd put it up there with my top 3 hobbies that I enjoy doing. Actually, top 5 hobbies that I enjoy doing. Yeah, it's just sad to see it getting more expensive, and these big corporations have no regard for the consumer nowadays. So yeah, with that being said, let's get right into it. Also, shout out to Optimus for the video idea. I got this video idea because, well, honestly, I had no idea this news was happening, and he broke the news to me. So shout out to Optimus. I look up to you, man. Yeah, with that being said, let's get right into it. So Optimus tweeted out, "Genuinely have fun building a PC ever again, LMAO." And Pirate Nation broke the news saying, "One of the big 3 RAM manufacturers, Micron, has announced they are exiting the consumer market completely for the sake of AI." Now, if you don't know what RAM is randomly accessible memory for your PC. And pretty much what RAM does, or the basic function of what RAM does, is when you open up your browser tab on your PC, or really any tab or any function that you do on your PC, and you go and search the web, you're able to switch between that tab and say like another window on your PC. So I'm recording this video on OBS, I'm playing a video game on the other screen, I'm able to switch between the two, and it allows RAM just pretty much takes that information, keeps it readily available, and it allows the windows to stay open and function while you're able to keep those 2 tasks open simultaneously, essentially. And with AI, it needs access to the internet, and that's a lot. And in order for AI to function and search through the internet, it needs a lot of randomly accessible memory, the capacity to be able to surf the web, pull different things from the internet, and give you suggestions while also doing other added functions that you want AI to do. That's pretty much the whole rundown, or basic bare bones rundown of that whole thing. And Micron, it being one of the 3 RAM manufacturers, if you don't know Micron, they own the Crucials brand of RAM. That is massive, because then when you take that big of a manufacturer, because I know a lot of people who have Crucial sticks inside of their PC, when you take out that much manufacturing, it creates such a scarcity. That's literally 30%, or let's see, if you divide the pie up by 3, yeah, that's 33.3333 repeating percent of the market. That is massive. With scarcity, that drives up prices. It's a basic supply and demand curve with it. So, and they did it for the sake of AI. And it's truly sad, because when I went, after Optimus tweeted that out, I went and I saw the prices of RAM. So pretty much my experience with upgrading my PC and RAM recently, I had to upgrade my system from 16 gigabytes of RAM to 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. And I did this so I could play Borderlands 4. And this was back in September when I upgraded it. So that was about, let's see, we're in December now. Yeah, beginning of December, November, October. Yeah, September. So 4 months ago, or a couple months ago, I bought 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM and for $80, and now it costs upwards to $250. That may not seem like a big jump, but that is a 3.125x increase in price. That's a lot of money over 4 months. A lot of people may not see that, and they'll probably just do the actual subtraction of 250 minus and be like, well, that's only 100. That's $170. That's a lot. That is a grocery haul for me for 2 weeks, not a monthly grocery haul. That's 2 weeks worth of groceries. And then he was like, Optimus replied to me saying, check the price of DDR5. And I went and I checked Best Buy, because I was like, you know what, might as well go check Best Buy. I could also check Amazon, but I checked Best Buy. And this is for Corsair Vengeance RGB, 64 gigabytes. So 2 32 gigabyte sticks of DDR5. It is $906.99. That is not including tax. That is also not including protection fees. That is almost $1,000 for just 2 sticks of RAM. And that is insane. Now, mind you, they probably have really good write speeds for those 2 sticks. But besides that, to put it in perspective, that is triple my car payment, my monthly car payment. That is triple my monthly car payment. That is insane. I think it's a travesty. It's terrible to see that the market is slowly gutting out the consumers. Well, yeah, the market is gutting out the consumers, or not really the market, but these big companies and CEOs are gutting out the consumers in the video game space. Earlier this year, to put it in perspective, we also had Nintendo jacking up the prices to their consoles, Xbox jacking up the prices to their consoles. I believe PlayStation did increase the prices to their console. I don't really keep up with PlayStation too much. Actually, I'm pretty sure they did. Anyways, besides the fact, video game prices went up. You know, Xbox tried pushing $80 games, And Nintendo tried pushing $80 games. I believe they're still $80. Either that or they're $70 now. I haven't really checked Nintendo or Xbox game prices too much, other than like the indie games or what's on sale. I'm always looking for sales. But yeah, it's insane to see that the hobby is going the way it's going, because it's literally all for shareholder prices, AI. Literally just a couple years ago, we had the Bitcoin gold rush, and graphics cards were insanely overpriced for what they were, you know? I mean, you couldn't even get a graphics card for less than $1,000 a couple years ago. It was just terrible. It really is a sad time to be a part of, but there are workarounds that you can do to make video games cheaper for you. For instance, I went and I have the same system that I've been playing on for the past 5-6 years now, and I've just been swapping out parts here and there. And on top of that, luckily on PC we have Steam, and Valve is the last bastion of hope we have in the video game landscape. Now, I see that the new Steam box is getting some ridicule online, but that's a different conversation for a different day. But luckily, Steam and Valve are the last bastions in a way. I've been able to find some really good sales on Steam. Like, for example, their fall sale, I found some really nice games. I got 5 games for $15. So I got Doom 1 and 2, the original Dooms, and then I got Doom Eternal, and then I got South Park, The Fractured Butthole, and then I got Shadow Warrior 2. All that for just $15. Like, that is really good. You get 5 games for $15. I'm taking that. That's $3 per game. The Epic Games Launcher, they also sell, well, they don't really sell, they offer like a weekly or monthly free game. And luckily I was able to snag Tiny Tina's Wonderland. If you haven't checked out that video, go check that one out. I snagged that game for free from them. And then I also got the 2 Figment games for free. And then also, speaking of free games, Steam gave out Warhammer Vermintide 2 for free. So I can't wait to play that game as well. So despite things being like super sad and not really bleak, because we can predict it. We see what's going to happen with this. It's just prices are going to get higher with the exit of this. And people will be like, well, it's not a big deal. You still have 2 of the bigger companies still manufacturing RAM. That's 33%, 0.33 repeating percent of the manufacturer gone from the market. And then it creates that there's only 2, and you don't give consumers options anymore. We don't actually live in an open market anymore at that point in time. And that's really sad to see. Yeah, it's just sad to see. Luckily, there are ways to make gaming a little bit cheaper, but it's just, I don't know. It's just terrible to see that you're seeing big companies not really care about the consumers themselves, not even taking the people themselves, like just regular people, into consideration. They're just making these decisions for the sake of getting money out of it, and it's not even bettering anything. So it's a sad time for the hobby. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy listening to me rant, I know it wasn't really a too structured video, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more in the future. And yeah guys, with that being said, this is NYZMO, and I'm checking out. Peace.